Man wanted to take his injured kid to hospital, but found a masked person standing at the ranch gate. The person reached out to stop them from moving forward and pointed to a blue boundary line on the ground. As the two looked on in confusion, the masked person raised a sign that read, "Do not cross the line." Just moments ago, the ranch had suddenly lost power, and there was no cell signal. Even the vehicles couldn't start, nor did he know who the masked person was. But he noticed this man's vehicle seemed to be running, so he wanted to ask for help. But when the man saw him approaching, he pulled out a gun. Then he drew 2 crosses and a circle on a drawing board, indicating they had to stay within the blue circle. Matt didn't know why he was doing this, and was anxious to take his son to the doctor. But as soon as he stepped forward, the masked fired a warning shot. Just then, an old man in the distance ran toward them, shouting for help, with a black wolf dog chasing. The old man climbed over the fence and into the middle of the road, but the wolf dog soon caught up and bit into his arm. Before Matt could rush forward to help, the old man flung the wolf dog aside. It happened to cross the blue line. What followed terrified them all. The wolf dog began to scream in agony, and they saw its bones start growing uncontrollably, piercing through its skin, and in no time, it became a statue of bones. At that moment, they realized why the masked man had told them not to cross the blue line.
Cross the line.
The masked man wiped the writing off the drawing board and then wrote another message: "Don't trust anyone." No one understood what he meant, and this time, the masked man didn't explain either. He got back in his vehicle and drove away. They didn't dare cross the blue line to chase him. Just then, a woman holding a lost puppy walked over. She lived in a wooden house near the ranch and wanted to take the puppy home. The 3 of them desperately tried to convince her not to cross the blue line, but the woman thought they were joking. She ignored their warnings and crossed over. The old man reached out to grab her, but failed, and the skin on his arm that crossed the blue line began to rot rapidly. But when he saw the woman's condition, he was shocked. The woman who crossed the blue line was just like the wolf dog. Her bones grew wildly, and she turned into a statue of bones. After Jin finished treating Arnold's wound, she heard a commotion downstairs. Just as she was about to go downstairs to check, Arnold suddenly looked at her with a serious expression and said they needed to hide.
Who's this?
It's a man.
What man?
The man in my head. He says we're trapped. We need to hide.
Why?
Because it's coming, Mom. It's coming. And it kills everything that gets in its way.
本剧为周更剧，下周不见不散哦。